Tak apa I buat.
Derang. Menderang. Risau. Dah live lah.
Oh, dah live.
Wait,
Macam mana
I
aku
share you the link from Discord.
Hello everybody.
Tak boleh ke stop kejap live?
Tak boleh. Eh?
Alah, jangan nak yang.
Biar semua orang masuk.
Ada orang masuk dah satu. Oh, Hanis. Hello, Hanis.
Wait, doktor pun nampak tu.
Oh my god, Whoa. Go, bestie, go. Are we going now?
Apa ni?
Dah live dah ni.
Tak apa, we start at 9:15 sebenarnya. So macam
Oh ya ke?
Oh, still early.
Thank you, Hanis. Hanis. Hanis? Siapa tu?
Wait, terbatuk. Ain, you nak start at 9:15
Tak apalah, I'll start now. Okay. So, good morning everyone and thank you for joining. I'm with my friends Batrisha and Ain Safia here. They're just here to accompany me. I'm the only one that will be presenting. Okay, so let's start with introduction to the series that I've chosen. Okay, so the series I've chosen is Black Mirror, and in particular is the episode of Nosedive. Okay, so basically Black Mirror is a show that is on Netflix. You can all watch it. It's very interesting. It's about a dystopian future where cutting edge technology interferes with human lives because humans have dark instincts, and when that combines with incredibly advanced technology, it can create very, very scary things. Okay, in this episode, it examines how rating systems can severely affect people's lives, especially within a society. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the Society of Nosedive utilizes basically an incredibly advanced Instagram type of model within its community. So what I mean by that is that everyone has a rating system, and everyone has this some form of like eye implant that's built into their bodies, which means that you can basically look at each other's ratings. You can look at their social profiles through your eyes, and you can also use your phone. And this is a society where you can rate each other based on your interactions with them. You can rate each other based on a system that is out of 5. So let's say like I like what you did to me. You bought me coffee, so I will rate you on my phone or on my eye implant out of 5. I will give you 5 out of 5. Okay, and this is incredibly ingrained within the society of nosedive, and I will explain that in the next slide.
I have a question. Why is it so important to have high ranking?
Well, as you see there, as you see in the table, okay, so those that have high ranking are those of 4.5. Those that are medium ranking are those of 4.0 to 4.49, and those of low ranking are below 0.4, 4.0. Okay, why this is important is because it affects the people within the society's socioeconomic system. Those of higher ranking get treated better, get more opportunities, get more, are just seen, generally speaking, as better people because of the rating. Okay, you can say this is heavily flawed, and it is, but that's just how it is. And in this episode,
Oh,
okay.
that's so. Uh,
So basically, so for low ranking, what will happen to them?
So for low ranking, people will look down on them. You know, people will be like, oh, like this person has a low ranking. Why? Because people don't like them, because you are rated out of 5
Mhm.
by other people. So a low rating implies that the person has done bad things, when in actuality that number cannot represent the entirety of someone.
Yep.
That's why, yeah, that's why it's not good to have a low rating.
Okay.
Next. Okay, so there are two characters that I'd like to focus on in this presentation, Lacey Pound and Naomi Blesto. Okay, Lacey Pound is the protagonist, whereas Naomi Blesto is the deuterogonist, which basically means it's kind of like Lacey's arch enemy. Okay, next slide. Okay, I'll detail Lacey's journey throughout the episode. So, Lacey starts off as a relatively normal citizen. She has a medium rating of 4.2, and eventually she lives with her brother, and eventually they want to move out. And Lacey decides that she wants to move into this neighborhood that's incredibly expensive, and she is notified that only people of the rating 4.5 to 4.5 above get a discount, and she wants this discount. And because of this, she acts incredibly friendly over the course of like the next few months in the show, because she wants to get more rating. She wants to get more 5 out of 5 because she wants to get that 4.5. And afterwards she sends this no, afterwards she realizes that uh, you get lesser points if the people that rate you have lower ratings. So she tries her best to contact her best friend, her past best friend, her childhood friend, Naomi, who is a higher ranking. She has a 4.8, meaning she's
Oh,
considered like incredibly, like, you know, like wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very high, 4.8.
yeah, that's very, very high. It's a very revered, and because of that, she tries to get her attention, and she did manage to get her attention. Naomi invites Lacey to her wedding to be the maid of honor, and Lacey's basically like ecstatic. Lacey is like, "Wow, I get to be the maid of honor." And because Naomi's guest list is full of people that are high fours, they are like 4.5 and above. So meaning that if she goes to this wedding, she gives a speech, she will definitely be a 4.5 in no time. However, while she's on the way to Naomi's wedding, she experiences a downward spiral. She lashes out at the attendants in the flight, in the airport. She gets kicked out. She gets double damage. Double damage means that she gets twice as much lesser points when someone like rates are one, right? Well,
Mhm.
that one will like cause double damage. Okay, and because of this, her rating goes from 4.2 to 3.1. And
Wait,
as she
that's
goes
so
on,
much.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. She went through a lot, and that it really shows just how flawed the system is. It really does.
Mhm.
And once she arrives at Naomi's wedding, she went from a 3.1 to 0.0. She literally went to zero because of
Really?
uh yeah, because she trespassed Naomi's wedding, and like Naomi's wedding is full of people that are high force, and as I said before, people that
Mhm.
have higher rankings, they give more points to your cumulative like point average, and because of that, she goes from a 3.1 to 0.0, and she because she trespassed, she goes to jail. However, what's important is that like even though she became a zero point zero, she experienced catharsis while she's in the jail. She experiences this relief, this like release from the rating system. It really shows just how easy it is for you to be weighed down by the rating system and just how flawed it is. Mind you, when she went from 3.1 to zero point 0.0, it happened within a span of literally 2 days. So, yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Okay,
like
next slide.
a short amount of time.
Yes, yeah, it really is. Okay, next slide. Okay, let me explain the rating system in further detail. Okay, so basically, what happens in the rating system is that every time you meet someone, every time you say hi, every time you talk about their days, they and you will rate each other out of 5. You will use your eye implant and your mobile device to just rate them, and that rating will add to their cumulative point average. Okay, so each rating matters, and this is to promote human behavior that conform with societal expectation. And through the use of the rating system, this utilizes some form of like secondary reinforcement. Basically, people know that when they get better rating, they will get more social services. They will get better products. They will have a better social standing. Will have a better ranking, better opportunities, and this is a reinforcement of good behavior. And otherwise, if it's not positive reinforcement, it would be a negative reinforcement. Okay, next slide. Okay, let me explain what it means by operant conditioning. Operant conditioning means that you it means that when you provide reinforcement after the response of the subject in order to change their behavior. Next slide. Why this is important is because operant conditioning is very heavily ingrained in the rating system. It basically conditions human behavior through the rating system. So it wants to promote good behavior and it wants to punish bad behavior. In that way, it encourages good conduct of oneself and discourages bad conduct of oneself. Okay, when I say positive reinforcement, what I mean is that when someone shows good behavior, meaning that behavior that is deemed as good by society, they get more positive rating. When they get more positive rating, they get higher cumulative individual rating points. When you get higher rating points, you get increased access to good services, social standing, and opportunities. Likewise, when you do bad stuff, when you show bad attitude, you have an increased negative rating. When you have increased negative rating, that adds to your cumulative individual rating points, and that lowers it. When you get lower ratings, you have decreased access to good services, social standing, and opportunities, and that is negative reinforcement. Um, However, this is incredibly flawed because human judgment is not something you should rely upon because what I find good may not be what someone else finds good. Morality can be incredibly subjective, and that's why this system is incredibly flawed. Next.
Mhm.
Okay, as I said before, high force get better treatment. And this is a direct result of halo effect. Halo effect is when your perception of someone is affected by our judgment of one of their positive traits. Say like I think that someone else is a good person because they're pretty. That's halo effect.
Mhm.
That's what that actively happens in nosedive. Those that have higher ratings, they are seen as good. Even in actuality, they are fake, they are artificial,
Uh-huh.
they are manipulative, they are mean, but because of their rating, others think that they're good people, but actually it's not. And this is how it is from Lacey to Naomi. Lacey thinks that Naomi is a good person. Lacey genuinely believes that Naomi likes her as a person. When in
Mhm.
actuality, Naomi has been her childhood bully. Naomi contributed to her eating disorder. Naomi bullied her. Naomi cheated on her by like going on to cheat with Lacey's boyfriend. And in spite
She
of all of
did?
that, she did. She did.
Oh my god.
And in spite of all this, Lacey still thinks she's a good person. And yeah, this is all because of the halo effect.
Mm.
Okay, next.
But it's so unfair.
It is unfair. That's why it's flawed. That's why it's very, very flawed.
Mhm.
Okay, the opposite of the halo effect is the horn effect. Horn effect is when we negatively perceive someone because of their one negative trait. It's like, in this case, it's like if I think someone is a bad person because I think they're ugly. Okay, the same thing happens in this society of nosedive. People that are low rated, they are deemed as untrustworthy, unlikable, and are considered as outcasts or freaks of the society. And this is always because they're rating. And it's really sad, but that's just how it is. And in the next slide, I'll show you how this plays out in the show.
Slow down. Let's give her a ride.
She's like 2.8.
Run! I didn't even do anything.
Look like you need a ride.
Actually, I'm okay.
Don't look it. Come on. I don't bite.
Okay,
Blue
yes, Alex.
thermos is coffee, red's whiskey. Help yourself.
I'm okay. Thanks.
Okay, as you've seen in that clip, first off, people deny her a ride because of her rating. She thought that she was untrustworthy. Second off, she was rated downwards. She was given a low rating just because people saw her walking on her own with a low rating. That's horn effect. And she also thought that this lady who offered her a ride is not trustworthy simply because of her rating of 1.4. This is definitely horn effect in action. Okay, next slide. Okay, next I'll explain about Sigmund Freud's theory of a consciousness. So basically, there are three stages: conscious, pre-conscious, and unconscious. Okay, so conscious is basically all the behavior and actions or feelings that a person is aware of, like feeling lonely, eating, doing assignments. Whereas pre-conscious is a state of thought where you kind of have to recall them first in order for you to be conscious of them, but they're still there and they're quite easy to be recalled. For unconscious, basically it's the most important stage of psychoanalysis, and it plays a massive role in shaping one's behavior. Okay, but usually that person is not aware of their unconscious thoughts. Okay, wait. Next. In the show, you see Lacey tries very, very hard to achieve a high rating. This is mainly because she has an unconscious motivation to live a happy and fulfilling life. She just wants to be happy. She thinks that to be happy, you need to get a high rating. She doesn't realize this throughout the entire show, but that's actually what she wants. She wants to live a happy, fulfilling life. And that's why she pushes herself so much that she experiences a breakdown. Okay, next. Naomi in the show, she's not very prominent. However, I like to talk about how she's definitely someone with a superiority complex and the dominant type. Okay, so basically, what the dominant type means is that it's an authoritarian and dominant archetype. Basically, a person who has a dominant type, they're very authoritarian and dominant. And that's what Lacey is. Lacey is a bully. Lacey doesn't care about Naomi. It doesn't care about Lacey. Naomi doesn't care about Lacey. And it's very blatant in the show. And Naomi also has superiority complex. And that's why she aims so much for, perfection. She wants 5. She wants a 4.5. She wants only friends that are higher ranking because she feels inferior. She doesn't feel like she's fulfilled. She wants to have a high rating, so to fulfill that inferiority. Next. This is the reference I used. And next. And yeah, that's all. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
This show is very, very interesting, because even nowadays, I feel like even we don't use this rating system, like you can see how much this person rates. But I feel like nowadays we do that also without us realizing.
Yeah, we definitely do through Instagram, through Twitter, through TikTok, where it's like it's heavily focused on followers. We definitely do that, and that's why this episode in particular was just brilliant because it shows how flawed it is. We should not base our lives on
Yeah.
numbers because it does not represent us. Numbers cannot represent us.
Yeah. I can actually
Yeah.
see in the clip, the short clip that you showed, that she actually felt pressured because she was just walking by, and then her rank goes down, which is like I feel
Yeah.
like so rude
But I feel
for.
like she's rude too because she doesn't want people to judge her, but she judged another person.
That's true. That's true. It's hypocrites, but like when you're that ingrained within a society, it happens.
Mhm.
I do
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you, all of you that are watching. So, yeah. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.